Hi guys, it's Salil, and I've just received my brand new Domio Moto Pro, and I have unboxed it, and I'm gonna just kind of walk you through what I've found and my first impressions, and we'll take it from there. So here is the box. Actually already got this installed on my helmet. This is an older Shark RSI that I have that I just haven't really been wearing that often. Very lightweight, rigid helmet, and so perfectly fine for me to put this on. I went ahead and mounted it on the back per Domio's instructions. They said to wait 30 minutes before actually installing it. If you look at it from the top though, you can already see that it is coming away. So I did wait the 30 minutes, and it is actually coming away from the helmet already, so that doesn't exactly fill me with hope. I may actually try mounting it again later in a better way. The contact that the Domio has with the helmet really has a lot to do with the sound quality, is what I've found already. By putting my hand on the back of it and pressing gently, I can actually kind of improve the sound quality a little bit, and if you don't, it actually rattles. So that may have to do with the mount itself, though, not so much to do with and then therefore the mount providing good contact with the Domio to the helmet. The air mic, on the other hand, is really sketch. I actually mounted it inside the helmet at the front. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. That strap is in the way. Let me move that. And you'll be able to see this a little bit better. Let's see if you guys can see that. So that's it right there. There is a flashing blue light as long as it's connected to the Domio, and that means that you're going to be dealing with a flashing blue light if it's in your helmet. So pretty much continuously blink blink, blink blink, blink blink. At night I could see that kind of being distracting, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. And then I've already done one test call with my wife, and the sound quality she reported was extremely bad. She said it sounded like I was in a wind tunnel. Now I'm in our bedroom and in a full face helmet under pretty much optimal conditions right now, and I feel like this should be where it actually does best. So I don't have high hopes right now for the mic's quality when it comes to taking phone calls. Now, first impressions on sound on this thing, on the other hand, are actually pretty positive. For comparison's sake, I actually also have a Cardo Pack Talk Bold with JBL speakers, and I set that up on a Scorpion XO 1400 Air carbon fiber helmet, and the sound quality on that is superb. Very good bass response, good mid range, good treble, and it has it's pretty adequate when it comes to phone calls. Although my wife also complains that she can't hear me particularly well when I'm making phone calls from that helmet. For comparison against that, the gold standard is ironically an old, ancient, built techno Bluetooth helmet that I have that has, I believe, a Sena SMH5 built into it, which is Sena's low end on Bluetooth communicators. And weirdly, although the sound quality for me in that helmet was pretty bad, Malika, my wife, could always hear me just fine. She always said that the sound quality when I made a phone call was transparent, or even better than me just talking directly on my phone. She would say it sounds super clear. So the mic on that Sena was actually superb. The mic on the Cardo Pack Talk isn't particularly great, although visually it looks like a higher quality microphone. When you're actually making calls, it's not particularly awesome. And this air mic that comes with the Domio is actually not so great. I'll do some more testing with it when she gets home, because we will need two phones and possibly even be on the bike to see if I can get like a little bit of range away from. Could be our Wi-Fi. I'm a Google Fi customer, and so this could be a Wi-Fi related issue. I don't think so. And yeah, so first impressions as far as, let's go to music sound quality. I'm actually pretty impressed when it comes to the Domio, though. It does have very good bass response, provided that the Domio has good contact with the helmet. Not a lot of distortion when it's cranked up all the way. There is some, less than I have in my Cardo Pack Talk, but there's a little bit of mid-range and high-end that's a little bit lacking. It does do very well with bass though. And volume-wise, I don't really feel like it cranks all that high. It doesn't crank as high as the Cardo. And that I think is a bit of a problem because with it turned all the way up here in my bedroom, it isn't painful. It's audible, um, loud, but not, not loud. And when you're on your bike, there's a lot of ambient noise, and if you have an aftermarket pipe or exhaust, then you know very well that this thing's going to be competing a lot with that road noise. Now, the bass response being super good means that you might actually be able to hear more of your music than you thought, but the treble and mid-range being a little bit muted means, I don't know, we'll have to do some testing and see for sure. I, my first impression is that compared to the Cardo, which actually has pretty strong mid-range, reasonable bass, not you know bone-shaking bass by any stretch, but reasonable bass, and good highs too. That it's gonna kind of be more audible than this thing is at highway speeds. Um, and with with a loud bike especially. I don't, but I honestly I do have to say though that I had really low expectations of the Domio, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the sound quality. And considering that it doesn't have stereo, that it doesn't have stereo separation, you don't know that. Like it's really hard to tell. The sound quality is solid enough that you can actually get really good sound out of it, and it doesn't sound terrible right now in this kind of like living room ideal world test right now. So just with my phone close by and hooked up over Bluetooth, I've got very good quality for my music. The Unfortunately, I would do some tests and show you, but you're not going to be able to tell anything if I put my phone inside the helmet. It's pretty hard to understand what exactly is happening. Other people have noted this too. I'll be another one to confirm it. But yes, music is audible outside your helmet. I don't really think that's a big issue though for most people. I mean, if you're riding that close to other people, if they have their windows down, then yes, they might be aware of your music. But so, phone calls is a slightly different issue, I think. But given how low the volume was on the one phone call, test phone call I've been able to do so far, um, I don't really feel like that's going to be a big issue. I really have a hard time envisioning using this thing for comms right now. I mean, just based on that one test. I'll see if I can make it better by doing some optimizing and testing and whatnot, but I do not have high hopes for this thing. Also, one thing I do want to point out, so, I didn't actually tell you what all is in the box. I actually ordered the second mount kit, so I do have an extra mount that came with it. There's a tiny little USB-C charger, so I'm kind of pleased that they have USB-C because it does support fast charging, which is useful. And then there's the air mic, and that is it. There is nothing else in this box at all, except for the Domio. And I mean, the thing that's missing that is probably the hardest to get to, which I kind of understand why they did it, but they put no setup instructions. So you do have to have internet access, and you do have to be able to get to their website to read their setup instructions. Even there, though, the setup instructions are pretty minimal. There's not really a lot of information on how to set this thing up. It's not too super hard, you just pair the device, like turn on the Domio, turn on the air mic, which you just do a long press on the air mic, and I think it powers up, and it automatically connects to the Domio. And then the Domio, you just choose to pair it on your smartphone, and it's good to go. So setup isn't painful. It's pretty easy. It was on my phone. It's a Pixel XL that I'm using on Google Fi. Super easy setup. But quality is, I think, the biggest issue right now. I'll do some real world testing and I'll update with more notes. Thank you for watching my, oh my gosh, almost 10 minutes of talking. Have a good day, guys.